This video was made for you if you're somebody who wants to succeed on YouTube, but you're afraid of being in front of the camera, putting yourself out there. Maybe you're afraid of failure or even success. This video will help you to overcome all of those mindset blocks because they are hindering your ability to monetize on YouTube. And I want you guys to experience the success that I have with my channel. And I'm not gonna lie, I was actually going to first post a video about how I was able to earn $4,000 in just 3 days with this YouTube channel. But then I realized that I can give you all the best strategies in the world, but it will not matter if your mindset isn't in the right place. So I'll save that video for Friday. Now, the first step to developing a strong YouTubepreneur mindset is to first understand what mindset blocks are. So you must understand that what you are experiencing is completely normal. Every YouTuber experiences them before they actually start. And it's actually normal because it's part of our brain's survival mechanism. But in order to move from surviving to thriving, 80% of the hurdles which stand in the way are mindset blocks, and 20% revolve around the strategy. And if you want help with the 20%, I did recently create a complete playbook to help you. I will tell you more about it towards the end, but for now, let's focus on the mindset. So once you understand what mindset blocks are and understand that they're normal and that they're temporary, you then must understand what mindset blocks are holding you back. So maybe it's negative thoughts, maybe it's imposter syndrome, maybe it's the inner critic in your head, perhaps it's self-sabotage or analysis paralysis. Whatever it is, the second step is to simply identify it, pinpoint it. And then once you do, we can move on to step 3, which is actually to address it and to work through them. So let's briefly go through each of these. I want to help you right here to work through them. So let's talk about negative thoughts. Like, think to yourself, in those moments when you're trying to create a video, what are some negative thoughts that come into your mind? Go ahead and think about them. Maybe even write it down if you have a piece of paper nearby. And then write down those negative thoughts and then think, how can I change the story? Or what can I replace this negative thought with? What's a new and empowering thought that you can think of? And then in those moments next time, when you have a negative thought, remember to replace it with a new and empowering alternative. Now let's move on to imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is what it sounds like. It's when we believe that we're pretending to be like someone who we're not, or we're not good enough, or we're not credible to be, talking about these subjects. So in those moments, here's something that I do that really works. Because this happens especially to me. I get a lot of people telling me like, oh, like, you're not a real successful YouTuber. Like, you don't even have like a lot of subscribers or views yet. But I know that success isn't measured by subscribers or views. It's measured in your ability to actually turn viewers into paying clients so that you can impact their life on an even higher level. Because growing your YouTube audience takes time. So you see what I just did there? I took that false imposter and I used logic to actually justify why I'm not an imposter. And you need to do the same. And it's funny because when you come from the heart of service, you'll find like 98% of people will tell you positive comments, will tell you how, you helped them, how you helped them to, overcome their problems and reach their desires. And so I get a lot of praise from people. A lot of people tell me, how great I am at what I do. And so in my head, I kind of keep kind of like a filing cabinet of all those moments when people were praising me, when they were being really grateful for helping them. And so in those moments of imposter syndrome, I'll kind of pull out memories from that filing cabinet. And then that'll help me realize like, oh yeah, I'm not an imposter. I know that I have the ability to help people. And you need to do the same. Now moving on to the famous inner critic. My friend Matt actually helped me overcome my inner critic. And so what he did is he does neuro-linguistic programming. And so what he does is he gets you to envision your inner critic. And I actually put like a face to mine. Like it has like a little kind of troll face. And I visualize my my inner critic kind of like right here looking down at me. I think that has to do with how we were raised. Like if someone was yelling at you, then oftentimes like that'll dictate like where the inner critic is. And so you want to imagine where your inner critic is, like in those moments when it's yelling at you, like where is it physically? And then you want to go through a technique where you turn it away from you and then you send it off to someplace really far in the distance to a point where you can't even hear it. And then when you do that, it's crazy. It's like you detach from it, you disidentify with it. And then you realize that it's something that's not even you, it's something external, and you can choose to not listen to it and to send it off. And that's a very, very powerful technique. Then moving on to self-sabotage, I found that when it comes to this one, this really stemmed from people not believing that they're worthy of success and that they're worthy of their desires. And so the way that I overcome this is, I make my mission on YouTube not about me, because it's not. You want to make your mission not about you, but about your audience and your future audience, maybe even your kids or your future kids. It's really about them. And when you come from it from that selfless place, then you'll overcome that self-sabotage, because then it's no longer about you. This is about, a bigger picture beyond you. This is about serving others. So keep the big picture in mind next time you're self-sabotaging. And then when you do that, it's easier to show up and to not actually sabotage yourself. And then last but not least, analysis paralysis is a really big one that stands in people's way. And I know what that can be like, because, there's a lot of different elements to consider when succeeding on YouTube. And so to help you guys, I told you that I laid out a complete playbook, step by step, that will give you the strategy for how to actually succeed on YouTube and make high income and a full-time living from it. Now, there is so much value just jam-packed in this little book, and so you can download that down below for free, and it is truly my gift to you. So take that very seriously, because even using that strategy, that's how I made so much money in such a short amount of time, and it's how I'm able to afford things like this car that I'm sitting in. I bought it earlier this year. And I also use that money to go on trips. So I went to California a couple months ago, and then next month I'm going to Utah and Colorado. So it gives you so much freedom, and you deserve all the abundance and joy that comes with starting a successful YouTube channel, earning money, and really contributing beyond yourself. So go ahead, download that down below. Let me know your thoughts about this video. I thank you for watching until the end, and I will see you for the next one.